In a forgotten town nestled deep within the mountains, an eerie legend haunted its streets. It was said that every night at midnight, the shadows came alive, whispering secrets of the past to those who dared to listen. Ella, a curious young woman with a thirst for adventure, had always been fascinated by local folklore. When she moved to the town, she heard the whispers of the shadows from the townsfolk, who warned her to stay indoors after dark. But Ella, intrigued by the tale, decided to investigate for herself. One chilly October night, she prepared herself for the journey. Armed with only a flashlight and a notepad, she set out toward the old cemetery where the shadows were rumored to be the strongest. The moon hung low in the sky, casting an ethereal glow that illuminated her path. As she approached the wrought iron gates, an unsettling chill crept up her spine, but her curiosity propelled her forward. Inside the cemetery, the air was thick with an unnatural stillness. The tombstones, weathered and cracked, loomed like sentinels in the night. Ella's heart raced as she walked deeper into the graveyard, her flashlight flickering intermittently. She stopped at a particularly old grave, the name barely legible. Margaret Holloway, 1842 to 1887. Suddenly, a cold breeze swept through the cemetery, and Ella heard a faint whisper, almost like a sigh. It danced around her, beckoning her to listen. She strained to catch the words, her heart pounding in her chest. "Help us." Ella's breath hitched. She glanced around, her flashlight revealing nothing but shadows. Ignoring the rising panic, she whispered back, "Who needs help? Release the pain." The whisper was clearer now, and with it came a surge of dread. Ella felt an overwhelming urge to flee, but the need for answers rooted her to the spot. "What do you mean?" she called into the darkness. "Find the stone." Before she could ask more, the shadows twisted around her, dark tendrils reaching from the ground, threatening to engulf her. Ella's instincts kicked in, and she turned to run, but the path back seemed to elongate, as if the cemetery itself was warping. She stumbled, nearly falling, but steadied herself and pressed on. As she neared the gate, she spotted something glinting among the graves, a stone. The moonlight caught it just right, and Ella felt an inexplicable pull toward it. Against her better judgment, she veered off her path, her curiosity ignited once more. The stone was a smooth, black obelisk, adorned with strange carvings that glimmered faintly. Ella knelt beside it, her heart racing. As she brushed her fingers over the carvings, a surge of energy pulsed through her, and the whispers intensified, swirling around her like a storm. "Free us." She realized then that the stone was not merely a grave marker. It was a prison. The spirits trapped within were begging for release. Torn between fear and compassion, Ella knew she had to make a choice. If she freed them, what might they do? But keeping them trapped felt like an unbearable burden. With trembling hands, she whispered, "How can I help you?" "Break the seal." Ella's heart pounded as she searched for a way to break the seal. The whispers guided her, urging her to find the hidden mechanism. After a few frantic moments, she discovered a small, rusted latch embedded in the base of the stone. Her breath caught in her throat. This was it. With a deep breath, she pulled the latch. A low rumble echoed through the cemetery, and the ground beneath her trembled. The whispers grew louder, drowning her thoughts in a cacophony of desperation and relief. Shadows swirled violently, and Ella stumbled back as the stone cracked open, releasing a blinding light. The spirits, freed from their prison, emerged like wraiths, their forms ethereal and glowing. They surrounded Ella, their whispers transforming into a chorus of gratitude. But as their faces became visible, she felt a pang of horror. They were twisted and sorrowful, remnants of a time long past, with eyes that burned with unquenched anguish. "Thank you," they murmured, but Ella sensed a darkness lingering within them.